Hello, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, and welcome to what we learned from Nottingham Forest 3-0 to Nottingham Forest against West Ham United. Make sure to join me at 1:45 for the Super Sunday watch-alongs: Spurs versus Aston Villa and Manchester United versus Chelsea hate-alongs, because we're hating on everyone apart from Villa pretty much. So join us at 1:45 for that, because you'll see this at 12 p.m. on a Sunday. I'm recording this pretty much straight after my match reaction or the emergency meeting that I did on my channel as well. If you haven't checked out the fan cam or the live stream, make sure to go and check that out in your spare time as well, people. But yeah, we lost. We lost. Obviously, I've talked about this game already a couple of times already on the channel, but it is what we learned, what I've learned. Again, I will say nothing new apart from Edson Alvarez. Edson Alvarez is a bozo. Edson Alvarez is a bozo. Now, I have to watch it back. I have to watch it back because I want to see if it is what I'm thinking in my head, where he's made the exact same mistake as he did against Liverpool, where he got that second yellow card. And as I said in the emergency meeting, if you check out the match preview to the Nottingham Forest game, at one point I say, against Alvarez or Rodriguez with Nottingham Forest, they're going to have one of them is going to get sent off. I said this, one of them will get sent off. But why, if I can predict this, why can't the manager? Why can't the manager see that it's a complete mismatch in mobility in midfielders that we have? And people are going to be like, well, what other options do we have? Saleh's meant to be a midfielder. Paquetá is meant to be a midfielder. I'm not saying Paquetá would have solved anything, but believe it or not, as rash as Paquetá is, even he wouldn't have made that challenge. Even Mavropanos, so much as he's a bozo, which we'll get onto in a minute, he wouldn't have made that challenge either. You're on a yellow. There's other people around you. You don't need to make that challenge. He went in for that challenge. He was rash. And I said he'd struggle with Elanga, Hudson-Odoi. I said Elliot Anderson. He didn't even play. They didn't even need to play one of their best performing players this season because Gibbs White was back. And Chris Wood, shock, he was fit and he scored. Speaking of the Chris Wood goal, 4 people are there, including Alvarez. But also Tadibo, as much as he played well, needs to do better for the goal. But Kilman, as much as he played well, needs to do better for the goal. Mavropanos gets done so easily. I can't remember who it is that does him in. It wasn't Hudson-Odoi. I want to say it was Alex Moreno. I think it was Alex Moreno that shifted past Mavropanos easily. You're not doing your job. Because he's already so afraid putting his hands behind his back. He's already off balance. So all the attacker needs to do is just get his left foot and whip it in. And Chris Wood, that is the easiest goal he will score all season. He's done very well this season, Chris Wood. He's been one of the many strikers that have had a reinvention in their game this season, including Raul Jimenez and Danny Welbeck. Always scores against us and has scored quite a few goals this season. But why is Mavropanos got his hands behind his back? The ball shouldn't even come in the first place. And there's 3 people around you. Communicate. Because Kilman and Tadibo are actually decent at communicating. So for that one obvious reason of defending there, one of you needs to defend that properly. Playing 5 at the back and 2 number 6s still can't attest. I don't know if attest is the right word. Cover the fact that Lopetegui is shit at organising a football team on the football pitch, whether that's on the ball and off the ball. You don't know what we're doing on the ball, and you don't know what we're trying to do off the ball. 5 at the back and 2 DMs can't cover the fact that we still conceded 3 goals. Now people can say the other 2 goals were with 10 men. Cool. Well, it's not like that. Those goals weren't coming anywhere when we had 11 men because we didn't test Matt Sells once. The Nottingham Forest keeper, who isn't great but has had a decent season. He wasn't tested once. Again, another keeper that hasn't been tested. Ananda in the first half against Man United wasn't tested. Robert Sanchez wasn't tested at all against Chelsea. Bernd Leno wasn't tested until he scored against Fulham. Mark Flecken wasn't tested until we scored against Brentford. Emi Martinez wasn't really tested like that, apart from when Souček missed an open goal right at the end. Like the only keeper that was actually tested was Edison. We tested Edison and Dean Henderson. Those are the only keepers we tested this season, and that was right at the start of the season, where we would have got one win, but we take positives from it, and then we have to translate it into results. That's exactly what I said. Like, we're approaching games the right way, but we need to translate it into results, and we haven't. We haven't since, and I'm past being angry, as I keep saying. That's why I put past ranting whenever we lose now in the title. I did it with the Tottenham game. I've done it with this game. I don't care anymore. The reason why I don't care anymore is because this club doesn't care anymore. The manager has never looked like he cared. The manager looks like he's dying as we speak. The players look like they're not attesting to what the manager's trying to do. The board clearly don't care because I'm assuming, as I've uploaded this video, that the manager's been sacked. If not, then you're not seeing this video. You're instead seeing an emergency stream from myself at 12 o'clock. Um, but I don't get anything. I don't get anyone that's with this direction. And I think it was Charlie that put in my chat emergency meeting, and you got it spot on. At this point, should we blame the manager and the players when the board are keeping him in? When the board is keeping his manager in? It's not an impossible job to give this squad a whole new lease of life and to get them into the top 10 or even Europe. Because Emery did it with Aston Villa. That's why you need to go with someone of that caliber of manager. You need to go someone of that caliber of manager to get this squad back in. Whether you need to pay compensation or you don't need to pay compensation, people will ask me who. It's not my fucking job. Director of football or owner, I don't care who it is, hire the right man because you're under pressure. Whoever it is, it doesn't matter who it is that's under pressure, who it is that's in charge. You're going to be under pressure regardless. Everyone in football is under pressure. Everyone. So you don't have any excuse. And people are going to be like, do you want anything particular like this? Like this? Just get me a coach that has an identity that can get the best out of the players we have. Football is simple. I'm not going to ask for a style of play. Like what I mean by that is a specific style of play, a specific way of playing. I'm not going to ask for that. I want someone who knows what they're doing, who's going to be standing by their principles and can get the outline of what they're trying to do instantly so that we can see what we need to improve based on what they're trying to do with their system. It's quite simple as that. It's as simple as that. By any means or whatever the fuck they say it is, get the job done, sack him. If he's not sacked, then we are not serious. West Ham are not serious will be the title of the GVO show if he's not sacked by Monday. I need to see him sacked so I can do an emergency meeting talking about the fact that he is being sacked. And so that we can move on to different managerial candidates and pay attention to the news that's going on. And the thing is, we made the decision very quick to hire Lopetegui. We were linked with Amorim after the Liverpool game. After drawing 2-2, Liverpool, what was it? It was before the Liverpool game. We got battered by someone. I think it was Palace or someone. Before the 2-2 against Liverpool. And we were linked with Amorim. We drew 2-2 to Liverpool, and then we went away to Chelsea and lost like 5-0 or something. And then Lopetegui was pretty much announced instantly as the here we go of a new manager. I've never seen us move so quick, even though we have moved quick in the past. With when we originally got Moyes and we moved quick. When we got Pellegrini in, it was done 6 months before he was there. Bilic was hired, was pretty much done, I'm pretty sure, 6 months before he was there as well. So we do get these things done quick, but that might be the problem. That might be the problem that we don't take time with the candidates. Because I believe Chelsea took a bit of time to hire Maresca. It wasn't too much time. It was a bit of time. And let me go back to the game. So going back to the games on my phone quick. It was, we got battered by Crystal Palace. And then we were linked with Amorim. We were linked with Amorim. And that was the whole joke because Liverpool were linked with Amorim. And it was like, winner takes Amorim. We didn't want to pay the compensation fee or for the experience. I've seen that headline go about. If it wasn't for Premier League experience, you're a fucking moron because you need to give someone a chance to gain experience. It's like when you go into a job interview and you haven't got experience at a job before and they only want to hire someone with experience. Well, guess what? You need to give someone experience for them to have experience, you fucking donkey. If that is generally the reason, then I can't lie. You're going to expect another Burnley at home from 2018 Part 2 if you don't fix your act together. Because Man United have Amorim now. I've laughed at Ineos before, but if I'm comparing Ineos to Arbor, they're way more serious than us, even though I don't think they're good enough for Man United. Even though Man United fans fucking flip-flop week in, week out about Ineos anyway. I can laugh at Arsenal's board, but they at least want top 4 for their club. Yes, it's Arsenal, but they at least want something. They don't want to win the league. They're not as ambitious as they should be, but I can laugh at Arsenal's board. They're better than ours. They're better than ours. Villa's board is way better. Be ambitious. You could attract a manager that wants to come to London and be in the Premier League. People like to belittle us and say we're some fucking small club. We're not. We can attract a manager if we actually fucking try. And you actually show the ambition and the direction that we're going in. Especially if you get Stardom to do the fucking job. Anyway, that's what we've learned from Nottingham Forest 3, West Ham United 0. If the manager isn't sacked by now, then there is no fucking point of hope. Don't give me hope against Everton. Even if we win the game, it doesn't fucking matter because it's exactly like the Man United game. It's exactly like the Ipswich game. We get one win to delay the fucking inevitable. Alvarez is suspended. So guess what? It's going to be a Suchek Rodriguez midfield, which is just as fucking slow. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe if you are new. Social medias are in the description if you want to follow me. The email for the inquiries. We're nearly on 600 subscribers. We're on the road to 1K. Thank you for the great live stream. 26 live viewers. That's our record live stream. And join me for the watch along at 1:45 for Tottenham, Aston Villa, and Manchester United versus Chelsea. And the GVO show with Alfie will be on Monday at 6 p.m. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.